Hello friends, today we'll be taking a look at the top 10 warriors in history. The warriors on this list are well known for their military skills, strength, bravery, and strategic minds. They were known for their discipline and obedience to authority and their ability to endure extreme physical and mental challenges. Spartan warriors were highly respected by their enemies, and their feats of valor have been immortalized in stories and legends that have been passed down through the ages. They were known for their expertise in seafaring and their ability to navigate the treacherous waters of the North Atlantic Ocean. Viking warriors were often employed by kings or chieftains to protect their interests and expand their territory. They were known for their military tactics and bravery in battle. Zulu warriors were highly organized and disciplined, with a strong emphasis on teamwork and cooperation. The king of the Kingdom of Macedon, he conquered most of the known world in just over a decade, spreading his influence from Greece to India. Hannibal Barca was a brilliant Carthaginian general who is best remembered for his daring invasion of Italy during the Second Punic War. He was a skilled politician who rose through the ranks of the Roman government and became dictator of the Roman Republic. The Art of War is an ancient military treatise that is considered to be one of the most important works on military strategy and tactics ever written. We hope you enjoyed learning more about these amazing individuals and their incredible achievements. Which warrior impressed you the most? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. It is believed to have been written in the 6th century BC, during the Warring States period in China. According to legend, Sun Tzu was born into royalty and received a traditional education in the classics. However, he was also trained in military arts and strategy, which was unusual for someone of his social status. He eventually became the military advisor to the King of Wu, and is said to have led his armies to victory in several battles. Despite his military successes, Sun Tzu is best remembered for his writings. The Art of War is a collection of 13 chapters that cover a wide range of military topics, including strategy, tactics, logistics, intelligence, and ethics. It is written in a clear and concise style that is accessible to readers from all backgrounds. The Art of War has been translated into many languages and has been studied by military leaders throughout history, including Napoleon Bonaparte, Julius Caesar, and Mao. Caesar was known for his military victories in Gaul and his campaigns to conquer Britain and expand Roman territory. He was also a gifted writer, and his account of the Gallic Wars is still read today for its vivid descriptions of battle and its insights into Roman military tactics. Despite his many accomplishments, Caesar was assassinated by a group of senators in 44 BC, but his legacy lived on, and he is remembered as one of the most iconic figures of ancient Rome. His name has become synonymous with power and ambition, and his deeds have been immortalized in literature, art, and film. Born in Carthage, a powerful city-state in North Africa, Hannibal was trained from a young age to be a soldier, and he rose to become one of the most successful generals of his time. He was known for his innovative military tactics, including the use of elephants in battle, and his ability to inspire his troops to fight with courage and determination. Hannibal's most famous feat was his invasion of Italy in 218 BC. When he led a massive army across the Alps and into northern Italy. Despite being outnumbered and outgunned, Hannibal's army was able to defeat several Roman legions, inflicting heavy casualties on the Romans and terrifying the Italian population. Although Hannibal was ultimately defeated at the Battle of Zama in 200 BC, his legacy as a brilliant military commander and symbol of resistance against the Romans has endured for centuries. Alexander was known for his brilliant military tactics and his ability to inspire his troops to great feats of courage. He was also a charismatic leader who was able to win the support of diverse peoples and cultures, building a multicultural empire that stretched from the Aegean Sea to the Indus River. His conquests had a profound impact on the ancient world, spreading Greek culture and ideas throughout the East, and opening up new trade routes and cultural exchanges between civilizations. However, Alexander's empire was short-lived, and after his death, it fragmented into several independent kingdoms. Despite his untimely demise, his legacy as a warrior and conqueror continues to inspire awe and admiration centuries later. They were trained from a young age to be soldiers and were organized into regiments based on age and experience. Zulu armies were often employed by chiefs and kings to defend their territories and expand their power. They were involved in numerous conflicts throughout South Africa, including the Anglo-Zulu War. Famous Zulu warriors include the Zulu king who led the Zulu nation during the Anglo-Zulu War, and Rooksdrift, a heroic last stand by a small group of British soldiers against a much larger Zulu force. The Zulu warriors were eventually defeated by the British colonial forces, due to factors such as superior weaponry and the impact of disease. However, their military achievements and resistance against colonialism continue to be celebrated today. Their legacy serves as a reminder of the courage and resilience of the African people in the face of oppression and their contributions to the history of South Africa. They were also involved in numerous raids and invasions throughout Europe, such as the raids on Lindisfarne and the Danello invasions of England. While there may be some debate about whether he should be called a warrior or a conqueror, one thing is certain: Genghis Khan deserves a spot on this list. The founder and first great Khan of the Mongol Empire, he was a brilliant military strategist and tactician whose armies were responsible for some of the most devastating conquests in history. Born into a tribal society in what is now Mongolia, Genghis Khan united the nomadic tribes of the region and built a vast empire, stretched from the Pacific Ocean to Eastern Europe. He was a brilliant horseman and archer, and his armies were known for their speed, mobility, and ferocity in battle. Genghis Khan was also a skilled diplomat and administrator, and he was able to maintain control over his vast empire through a combination of military force and effective governance. Despite his many military victories, Genghis Khan was also known for his brutality and his disregard for human life. He was responsible for the deaths of millions of people, and his conquests left a lasting impact on the political and cultural landscape of Asia and Europe. Nevertheless, his legacy as a warrior and conqueror remains a subject of fascination and debate to this day. Famous Vikings include Ragnar Lothbrok, a legendary Viking warrior and king of Denmark, who is said to have led raids throughout Europe, and Ivar the Boneless, who led the great heathen army that invaded England in the 9th century. Viking warriors were not only fierce fighters, but also skilled traders and explorers. They established trading networks throughout Europe and beyond, and explored new lands such as North America. Their legacy continues to be celebrated in museums, historical sites, and cultural festivals throughout Scandinavia and beyond. Some famous Spartans include King Leonidas, who led the 300 Spartans against the massive Persian army at the Battle of Thermopylae. The Mamluk warriors were a powerful force in medieval Egypt and Syria. They were originally a slave class who were trained from a young age to be soldiers and quickly rose to become one of the most feared fighting forces of their time. Mamluk warriors were known for their military skills and bravery in battle. They were highly disciplined and well-trained in the use of weapons such as the sword, spear, and shield. Mamluk armies were often employed by sultans to defend their territories from invaders and to expand their empire. They were also involved in numerous conflicts throughout the Middle East, including the Crusades and the Mongol invasions. Famous Mamluk warriors include Bey, who was the first Mamluk Sultan of Egypt, and who successfully defended Egypt against the Crusaders and the Mongols, and Bey, who was a Mamluk Sultan of Egypt and Syria, and is known for his efforts to rebuild Cairo after a devastating earthquake. Mamluk warriors were not only skilled fighters, but also played an important role in the administration and economy of medieval Egypt. They held important government positions and were involved in trade and commerce. Despite their eventual decline in power, Mamluk warriors left a lasting legacy on Egyptian history and culture. Their military achievements and contributions to society are still celebrated today, and their tombs and monuments can be found throughout Egypt. And Aegisth III, who successfully defended Sparta against several invading forces. Spartan warriors are still regarded as some of the greatest fighters in history. Their tactics and strategies are studied by military leaders today, and their legacy continues to inspire awe and admiration. You might know some of them, but others might come as a surprise to you. Let's get into it. Number 10. Spartans. Spartan warriors were renowned for their skill in combat and their unwavering bravery in the face of danger. Number 9. Samurai warriors were highly skilled fighters who played a significant role in Japanese history and culture. They were known for their mastery of swordsmanship and their strict code of ethics and conduct. Samurai warriors were often employed by feudal lords or shoguns to protect their interests and enforce their will. They were also involved in numerous wars and battles throughout Japanese history, such as the Genpei War and the Sengoku period. Famous samurai include Miyamoto Musashi, a legendary swordsman who is said to have defeated over 200 opponents in one-on-one duels, and Oda Nobunaga, a brilliant strategist and tactician, who is credited with uniting much of Japan under his rule. Samurai were not just fierce fighters, but also highly respected members of Japanese society. Their code of conduct, Bushido, emphasized loyalty, honor, and self-discipline, and they were expected to be proficient in various arts such as calligraphy, poetry, and flower arrangement. Despite the end of the samurai era in the late 19th century, these warriors continued to capture the imagination of people around the world. Their image is often used in popular culture to represent Japan, and their legacy continues to be celebrated in museums and historical sites throughout the country. Number 8. Vikings. Viking warriors were fierce and fearless fighters who lived in Europe from the 8th to the 11th centuries. Number 7. Mamluks. Number 6. Zulu warriors. The Zulu warriors were a fierce and disciplined fighting force that originated in South Africa during the 19th century. Genghis Khan. Number 4. Alexander the Great. Alexander the Great is widely regarded as one of the most successful military commanders in history. No. 3. Hannibal. No. 2. Julius Caesar. Guys, Julius Caesar was one of the most influential figures in ancient Rome and is considered to be one of the greatest military commanders in history. No. Sun Tzu. Sun Tzu is a legendary Chinese general, strategist, and philosopher who is best known for his book, The Art of War. So that wraps up our list of the top 10 warriors in history.